Welcome back, my name is LastKnownMeal and today we're gonna be talking about Greedfall. Even though developers were really silent for the past couple of months, more and more articles are coming out about the game, mostly because of the recent showcase of the game in Paris. I was honestly waiting for a good article to explain what they saw in the demo, and VG247 actually released one that has a lot of useful and important information about the game so far. By the way, if you're not familiar with Greedfall, it's a new game by Spiders, a French studio that gave you Technomancer and Bound by Flame. But Greedfall is their biggest project yet. They have 40 people working on the game. They're not the biggest studio, but they are doing everything they can to make this game really play good. And everything I've seen so far, for me, the game looks really promising. Now, the game itself takes place on an island called Tir Fradi, or New Serene as the colonials like to call it. Your home or the mainland called Serene or Old Serene is ravaged by the plague called the Malicor. Your main protagonist, the Sarde, comes to Tir Fradi in search of that cure because you are also infected by it. It also seems that the natives of the island are completely immune to that disease. It will be interesting to see why and how they fit into all of that. You will be able to create your own character, and judging from the article, there is a wealth of customization options to make an accurate 18th century version of yourself. Also, the skills, attributes and talent trees allow for 4 or 5 different takes on the same quest, which is also a great thing to hear. First off, when devs include character customization, I want the full freedom. If there is one thing I hate is when they give me a chance to create my own character, but I have like 5 sliders that basically do nothing, so in that case you might as well give me a predefined character. Also, your character will have a voice. Article also mentions the quest that was shown in the demo, where our protagonist needs to rescue his cousin and governor of Tir Fradi, Constantine d'Orsay, who is being held at the tower. The game is going to give you multiple ways of finishing a quest. You can bribe the guard or sneak inside and steal the key, or if you feel adventurous, just blow a hole in the tower and alert every guard in a 5-kilometer radius. Again, these options depend from your character, but some form of freedom while you're playing is there, and that really makes me happy, because if there is one thing I enjoyed in a game like Gothic, for example, is how you can do multiple things to finish the quest. Even though for that time it was kinda limited, but still very much present. I don't want the game to lead my hand, and Greedfall is doing the right thing here for allowing me to finish the quest my own way. And also be careful who you kill and who you steal from, because your actions will have consequences in the later part of the game. Also, when it comes to companions, there will be 5 individuals we will be able to recruit, but we can only have 2 at the same time. During combat, we will be able to issue commands and also use tactical pause when we want, something you have in Dragon Age, for example. And your companions will be able to focus fire on different enemies. For example, if you stun an enemy, your companion will focus fire on that particular guy or monster, which is extremely useful, especially on higher difficulties. The game is going to give you a huge arsenal of potions, bombs, firearms, swords, and you will be able to equip different items on your companions. But if you don't like fighting, you will be able to avoid fighting and get yourself out of most situations, so even on that side, the diplomacy aspect they promised is there. Also, the quest that I mentioned, for example, if you have high charisma, you will be able to persuade the guards to release your cousin, so that's one of the ways to finish a quest. And because the politics are going to be a part of the show, obviously the relationship between the natives and the settlers is going to be put in question. You also have the Inquisition that wants to turn the natives and rule over them. This is where we come in to either calm things down or escalate even more. Also, language is important in the game. For example, Siora, one of the companions and characters we saw in the old gameplay demo, is needed not only for combat but also for translation. We won't be able to understand the natives if we don't have her in our party. I also hope that there will be an option to learn the language, because you have people that don't take companions in the game or they want a different one. It is also interesting that Spiders actually hired a linguist to shape a new language of the natives. So their culture and language is inspired by the Gauls and the Celtic nations such as Scotland and Ireland. They also explain that the language itself of the natives has a bit of a Flemish, Breton, Gaelic and Irish. So that's going to be interesting to hear, and also the concept of you not understanding that language is also going to be interesting, and see if it's going to be a problem in the game or a very nice addition to the game. The relationship companion system is also there, meaning that party members will like or dislike your options. For example, if you have Siora in your party and you do various things against the natives, she can leave your party permanently and become your enemy. This is also a very important part of the game that I really enjoy. I wonder if the option to make a companion wait and then you do all the crazy stuff and she sees nothing, therefore not influencing the relationship between the two, but that is yet open for discussion. Again, the game itself is not open world. For example, once you leave Severine, you can never go back, but the areas we are in are important for the story, and don't worry, it won't limit you to the point where the game becomes linear. It's just the different parts of the map unlock as you progress through the game. And I know for some this might be a downer, but for as long as the pacing of the game is good and the story is interesting and as well the gameplay, I have no problems with this. It also seems that the game itself will be around 35 hours, which is probably, like, it doesn't include a completionist playthrough, those always take longer. But honestly, for a studio of 40 people, this is a very important and hopefully a successful project. And I do enjoy that they are not expanding the game to have like 200 hours of gameplay, because if you have a smaller studio, either give me something which is smaller but, you know, features more things than giving me a huge map with various fetch quests that mean nothing. And also Greedfall promised not to have any fetch quests. Basically every quest is going to be connected and important to the story. But this is everything we have for today. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button for more Greedfall news and videos, because once the game comes out, I'll make a lot of videos on the game. Tell me down below what you think about all of this, and follow me up on Twitter and Discord for more discussions and news. This is LKM signing out, and stay classy everyone. Bye bye.